till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag. Horse stock is a tag.
Hi everyone and welcome to Protocol 36. Today's video will be speculating whether or not we will see the Spider Slayers in MCU Spider-Man 3. They've been rumored a couple months ago by Charles Murphy that we will see the Spider Slayers make an appearance in the film. Whether it's one or multiple of them is unknown, but we will see its creator Spencer Smythe in the film, and they're speculated to have a connection with J. Jonah Jameson, which makes sense since he's most likely going to be playing a big role in the film. This makes perfect sense as not only is Peter on the run, but also because of the fact that J. Jonah Jameson was also the one who funded Spencer Smythe's Spider Slayer projects and even had a machine built for himself to go up against Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man issue 25. So Spencer Smythe and J. Jonah Jameson did have a long history in the comics, and I'm glad to hear that there could be a possibility of that happening in the MCU too. Even though it's just a rumor right now and is yet to be confirmed, I can definitely see the Spider Slayer show up in the film, especially with what happened at the end of Far From Home. Peter is pretty much on the run, assuming that he hasn't turned himself in or that the authorities haven't caught up to him yet. So it would make sense that the government and or J. Jonah Jameson would help fund Spencer Smythe's projects to help capture Peter Parker, as they would need something to go up against his great power. We don't know if it's going to be multiple Spider Slayers or not, or just one, since there have been many adaptations and versions in the comics where it's just one Spider Slayer, or when it's just one Spider Slayer at first, but then Smythe creates multiple of them since he was never able to defeat Spider-Man. But I think the Spider Slayers may be something we will see in the beginning of the film, but after it fails to capture Peter, they might turn to other alternatives like supervillains or even bounty hunters, like possibly Kraven the Hunter. At this point, we don't even know if Kraven will show up in the film, even though I think Spider-Man 3 would be the perfect film for him to show up in and go up against Peter. I can also see a character like Matt Gargan and possibly even J. Jonah Jameson be responsible for turning him into the Scorpion. Whether or not we will see his son, Alistair Smythe, is unknown, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see him as a cameo where he works under his father to help create the Spider Slayers. If you watched my video called Who Will Be the Main Villain in Marvel Studios' Spider-Man 3, I also brought up the fact that Alistair Smythe could be the main villain of the film, but now that seems to be unlikely and his father could be playing a major role instead. Now, I don't think Spencer Smythe will be the main villain of the film, but I do think he will be a great obstacle for Peter Parker to try and overcome, especially since not only is he trying to protect his family and friends, but he's also trying to protect himself and trying not to get himself killed by mad scientists. Once again, I think Spider Slayer showing up in MCU Spider-Man 3 would make perfect sense, and they might be the first opponent Peter Parker may face earlier in the film. However, if I was to guess, I would say that there is a good chance that they could show up, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but once again, I don't think they will be the main villain of MCU Spider-Man 3, and I think that title will belong to someone else, whether that be Scorpion or Kraven the Hunter. However, what about you guys? Do you think Spencer Smythe will show up in the film, and do you think we will get the Spider Slayers in MCU Spider-Man 3? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and want more, subscribe. To begin, Protocol 36.